Alright folks, what I'm going to show you how to do here is how to make an oil priming tool for your Gen 1 small block Chevy. Basically all you need is a distributor. This one is out of a 99 Chevrolet Vortec. The housing is actually, it feels like plastic. Actually it is plastic. And these are really easy to do. So basically, this is going to be the point where it's going to sit down on your intake. So you don't want to cut here. What I usually do is, because this is the part that's going to sit down flat on the intake, I'll probably cut it like right here and then cut the shaft about right here. That way you can put that on the end of your drill. I didn't need this distributor. This is just a waste for me, so I kept it because I knew I would make an oil priming tool out of it, and you want to do this before you start up your motor for whatever reason you've done to it, taking it apart or so forth. So let's cut this up real quick and I'll show you how to make this the easy way. So let's start by removing the cap. On this one, it's going to be a star fitting. So then we got another same size for the rotor. Alright, so you can see your piece there. Looks like it's pressed in, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is just use a Sawzall and cut it right there, and then cut the plastic so that I have that part just for the shaft showing. So let me see how I'm going to do that, then I'll get back with you. Alright, so you can use whatever device you want to use. It's really easy just to use a 4-inch grinder on this. Just cut those little lips like I was showing you. You got to keep some room for your bench grinder, really is what you want to use to grind this down a little bit, because it is pretty thick. Unless your drill will fit over that, you'll be okay. But let me show you how you keep this sitting up real quick. Alright, so that's all you want right there. You just want to get it shaved down enough to where you can get your drill on it. Then I need to get a clamp and a washer here so I can show you how to make that stable so this doesn't come in and out. So give me a few moments. Alright, so on the shaft itself, I put a little worm clamp on it. You don't have to put the worm clamp all the way down because you don't want it rubbing up against the plastic. Once you stick this in the engine and it's down all the way, you'll be able to spin this shaft and this worm gear will not touch. Now the next thing you need to do is grind off this whole gear here. So the way I've done it for years was I've just put it on the grinder and I let the grinder cut the whole gear off. And I'll show you exactly how I do that. All right, let's get this gear grounded down. Just let it go on its own. Don't force it. That way it spins and it completely takes that gear down. And that's all it is, folks. Then you got to take this apart, clean off all this, but you see how it's all completely gone with the gear. Now when you shove this down in there, it's not going to touch that cam gear, and you're able to just spin it and turn that fuel pump shaft. Alright, so let me get this cleaned up, and then I'll show you how it works on the car. But this is all you need right here. Your shaft for your drill. Shave that down a little bit. Put a warm gear on it. Make sure this is good. Take the gear off of this housing. And that's it. You have an oil primer right here. Alright. Alright, so you have your shaft. I just took the worm clamp off. What I'm going to do is take it out. And you can see all that gunk in there anyway. So you want to get all those shavings out of there. Super simple, super quick. Just spray it. Might as well wipe down the shaft. Alright, so you got that done. You clean this off. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. If you want to, you can stick a little rag or something in here and clean up that little bearing. It's like a brass bearing. This brake clean will dry on its own, but I'm just trying to make this go by a little quicker. That's clean. Then what I'm going to do is put some grease in it. You don't have to put a whole lot. Just put what you think is right. Okay, so you got that on there. Now this thing spins really freely now. Clean up your mess. Then what you want to do is put a washer. Remember I told you earlier you want to put a washer here. Then, now that you have a washer, you can put your worm gear does not have to be super tight. You want this to be able to spin. The only reason I put the washer in between is so that the worm gear is sitting on the washer and not on the plastic tearing it up. So that's it. It's done. This is completely done, ready to put in. So, when you put it in, you're not even going to need a gasket here. You're just going to drop it straight in. Just like you would a distributor, but you don't have to worry about number one being up or anything. Spin it on there, see it went down. I spun the shaft. It went all the way down and I can feel it spinning. Then what you're going to do, you'll take your trusty drill, tighten the chuck up, and spin it. That's it. That's going to prime your motor right there. That's all you got to do. That's your oil primer, folks. All right, so simple, easy. I hope this helped you out. Why buy one when you can make one out of your own junk? All right. Hope this helped you guys out. Have a great one.